Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Monday. So happy Monday. Welcome back. We are not doing Magic Monday this week. We are doing a Genesis format Monday this week. And to kick off our week, we are going to be doing Genesis format with the gadgets. Now, quick pause, quick hold. Okay. I get it. I boo-booed another deck. Let's talk about it for a partial second. It wasn't by much. It was by like a card or two. It's fine. We can move on. What I'm going to do is, from this video forward, I'm going to leave you the links to two sites. One is the official Konami site, which I believe is always kept up to date. And the second one is a non-Konami site that does do their best to keep the Genesis list up to date and also has a bit of a visual element to it. So today, I just want you to know this deck, I did a lot of like the Control F. F would be actually over here. And I did that to type in full card names, partial card names, double checking the list to make sure that today's deck is in fact a 99-point deck as of filming this, which was yesterday. So this is one day out. If something changes in one day, I do apologize, but I'm going to cite my sources. I'm going to share that with you. So 99 points, and let's just get you guys the deck, right? So gadgets are pretty simple, pretty straightforward. My favorite gadget packages always have two of the OGs. And again, you summon one, the normal or special summon. You go ahead, yellow grabs green, green grabs red, red grabs yellow. You play them, you get card advantage, it stays in the hand. There was a time period where like this was considered the best play style, and you know what? They're still pretty fun today. We're going to incorporate additional cards with the gold and silver, which have matching texts, except, you know, same name text. The way they work, when they are normal or special summon, you can special summon a level 4 machine from the hand. You'll note it does not state attributes. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a level 4 gadget from the deck, except same name. So silver is for silver, gold is for gold, and you can only use one effect of each one of them once per turn. So pretty standard, pretty everything. I think this is basically going to be like just a Genesis upgrade of a deck we did like 6 months ago here on the channel. Because again, this felt like very familiar. 2 copies of the Boot Up Corporal Command that's the dyslexia. The Command Dynamo. You can target up to 2 machine gadget monsters you control or in the graveyard with different names to special summon this card from the hand. Equip those cards to this card, regardless of their type. You can only use this effect once per turn, and it gains 1,000 points for each monster equipped to it by its own effect. It's a quick way to get an extension summon. It's a quick thing after we do like an Xyz play or something to get another 2K monster on board so we can go ahead and start slapping. It is what the kids call a pro move. It's just good stuff. Again, I know I'm going to catch a little bit of heat for this. Why is the one card turned around? Well, when I ordered the Anchor Drill, it was the only card in my order that didn't come through, and I just haven't had the funds to try this order again. So again, I only own the one copy still. If this card is normal or special summon, however, you can special summon one Earth Machine monster from your hand in defense mode, which would be Dynamo and or the base gadgets, or I guess sub the other Anchor Drill in the deck. There's another player that it'll work with as well. You'll special summon that in defense mode. You cannot use another Anchor Drill, actually. Says so right there. You target one other machine monster that you control. The levels of both this and that become the combined original levels of the 2 monsters till the end of the turn. I'm not actually using that effect this time around. Last time I did have like a rank 8 play. I wanted to keep things just a little simpler. I wanted to play towards rank 4 only with today's extra deck, and again, that's sort of a lie, but it's not really. You'll see when we get there. So again, good card, great tech. I'm going to be running my 2 Machina gear frames. I love this dude. When it's normal summon, you get to add another Machina from your deck to the hand with a different name. Once per turn, because it's a union monster, can equip or unequip. Can only do the unequip or equip once in a turn. So again, it stops you from like summoning crazily. But what it does is it allows us to get out our semi-boss monster, the Machina Fortress. Again, another good boss card comes out, 2,500. We can discard this and another machine type monster or machines that equal 8 stars or more in general. Now, mind the way that this will work with the boot up corporal. We can go ahead, we discard 2 gadgets, get this, play this from either the hand or the graveyard, and just board this. Then we can go in straight into this effect as well. We can, there's a lot of ways for us to play around with the field here. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard to destroy a card the opponent controls, if it gets targeted by an opponent's effect, you look at their hand and you take a card out of it. So it's pretty good. So far, what you will notice is we haven't used any of our points, and we're going to change that here. We're going to take 5 points out of our deck and we're going to use them towards Nibiru. Now, I was down to like my last, I think it was 15 points. And I knew where I was going to use 9, and it hit me that I could just throw this guy in here, count this up to being the 40 card deck. So I just went with it. You guys, if you don't want to play Nibiru, you don't own Nibiru. If you don't own Nibiru, buy some of the more recent starter decks, because they've been slipping this bad boy of tech goodness into a lot of builds recently. So that should just sort you out. But again, if you don't have it or you don't want to run it, again, feel free not to. So good stuff. We're going to move to spells now. First thing I did was I spent 40 points here. These are 20 points apiece. 2 called by the grave. I thought to myself I could either play through hand traps or I could play hand traps. I chose to play through them. If I had chosen to play with them, here's what would have happened. Nibiru and the 2 calls are equal to 45 points. That's like 3 Ash Blossoms. So again, it gives you a little bit of like movement here. You can either antagonize your opponent or you can try to play through to your own strategy. I chose to do the latter. I want to play through to my own strategy. You guys, this is just a base. You guys do whatever you want to do with this deck, okay? Next up, cool card. I love it in Speed Duel. Not on any of the list here, so we're going to use 3 Cosmic Cyclones. If it was on the list, we would be using 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. The point is we want 3 quick play back row disruptors, because Heavy Storm and Feather Duster are just a little too expensive for us. Freeze for me, and again, I mean 1,000 points, and I don't mind I don't mind the fact that it's going to be 1,000 points pay in here, and the reason is the word banish. There are still some cards that when they are destroyed will resolve an effect, but won't if they are banished. This is what makes Cyclone worth 1,000 points. So again, it's a cool card. Play it if you can. Do what you do. Quick 9 points of my deck is going to be the 3 copies of Dark Hole. Again, board disruptor is kind of a big deal when you have the ability to play, a handful of machines real quick and get a bunch of effects off real quick. This makes sense. You just blow up the field, do what you want to do. We do have a double or nothing in here. Again, we are able to generate 2 4 stars almost consistently every turn. Again, to play Utopia double doesn't mean too much, but we're going to do it. We got the limiter removal. It's a pretty good go for game move. We're going to move into the traps next. I've got my double bottomless trap hole and my double compulsory evacuation device. I think between these 2 traps, not seeing any points yet is showing that a lot of people are just sort of missing the fact that bottomless can take care of a group of monsters, and compulse means that they have to fully replay it. Like if I go into a Utopia double play and they hit me with this mid to late play, I've wasted all the resources. I've burnt all of the stuff. I've got the double or nothing in my hand. It's kind of useless. It's actually like really, really good. So again, I'm here trying to raise awareness, compulsory evac, supremacy. It's just good. Another cool card we just got it again in the new deck. And again, it looks high def because of the sleeve difference. The backs are 100% the same. The fronts, however, are the gloss instead of the matte. So again, it gives it a different look on camera. Dogmatic Punishment, and again, I didn't use this during the last deck, so we're going to just give it a once. Target a face-up monster the opponent controls. Send 1 monster with an equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the graveyard. If you do, destroy the monster. Until the end of your next turn after this card resolves, you may not summon from the extra deck. Okay, 1 of these per turn. This is fine. Okay, we can do this. We can play through stuff. We can do enough stuff with the main deck. We don't feel locked into the extra deck plays. It's okay. Dogmatic Punishment's fine. If you don't like it, Look, you can up these, you can add torrential tributes, you could add more spells. Feel it out, play the way that you want. Last bit of points I took from the main deck is I'm going to be another 15 points. 3 copies of Solemn Strike. And again, I love Strike. Number one, it's a lower cost. It's going to be 1,500. It's a flat rate. It's not a half like the Solemn Judgment, so it doesn't see as much play as the Solemn Judgment. But this is going to work for a couple of things. Monsters that would special summon, monster or monsters get stopped, or monster effects get activated. Again, I said at the beginning of this, I could either play hand traps or I could play through them. With 2 calls and 3 strikes, I feel like we are going to be able to just kind of like walk through enough of the playstyle of hand traps that the ones that are in there, the ones that do get scattered in, it's not going to matter as much. So this is my main deck. Give me a second and I'll get you guys the extra deck. And again, just kind of keep the punishment in mind the whole time. So be right back. All right, leading my extra deck, the only fusions I run in this are actually going to be the punishment targets. So I've got my 3 copies of 5-Headed Dragon. This was just the biggest, weirdest, funnest, I'm not sure that's a word, the most fun option I had for something to throw away while still being super effective. Because, like, again, anything up to 5,000 points, this is our target. We don't really care. We're going to burn 3 slots. It's okay. We don't have to make any of those painful choices later on. But when it comes to the rest of our extra deck, we are going to burn the last 30 points for those of you keeping up. We do have a Typhon and we do have a Zeus. So we'll start with the Zeus. I'll pull out the Typhon. If you guys know, you guys know. If you don't know, go get these cards, then you will know. They're super good, they're super great, and they are effective across the entire board. So again, this really helps me get across a lot of what I want to do. I tried to spread the power out as much as I could between the main and the extra here, and this worked. Now, surprisingly to me, the rest of these 10 cards here don't have costs, and maybe this will change. So 1, the only Evil Swarm that wasn't on there, I think the only one that was actually Ouroboros. So Exciton Knight. Once per chain during the main phase or the opponent's battle phase, if the opponent has more total cards in their hand and field than you, detach material, destroy everything except this, and your opponent takes no damage for the rest of the turn. So again, pretty good. Gear Geigen X times 2. Gear Geigen is going to be 2 level 4s. Again, we make that all day, every day. Once per turn, detach material from this, add a level 4 or lower machine from the deck or graveyard to the hand, so that Infinitrack is recyclable. You could go ahead and grab back like the gear frame, maybe it got negated, whatever. You could go ahead and grab more gadgets, gold and silver on the table for that. Get you into more plays. When this card leaves the field, it's not going to have an effect. We don't play gear gifts. The Utopia package is a little extensive. I got 2 different arts. I got 2 base Utopias. 1 double. When double's played, double can pitch the material going into this to grab you the double or nothing. And then when it does that, the Utopia is doubled over, so that one is 5,000. So this way, the 1/ technique is live. When you go to attack, you'll negate your own attack by pitching another material. That means that you can activate the double or nothing, double over the stat from the 5,000 to the 10,000. So if they've got a monster 2,000 or less, you just swung on them for over 8,000 damage or up to 8,000 damage. So again, kind of goofy, like the way that that'll work. On the times where it does not work and you want to go the long way, you'll go into regular Utopia, then Prime. We do not need to know the effects because we do not use them for the effects. Instead, we use it as another stepping stone to make it to S39, the Lightning. So, Lightning, it says it's 3 level 5 lights. It is, but it's not. What it is to us is we can exceed this using a rank 4 Utopia monster, which Prime is. And as long as we control, use that monster that we control as material, transfer its materials to this card. This card may not be used for an Exceed summon. Not at all. Which is good, because honestly, if you could keep stacking these, but again, it does say rank 4, so this is rank 5. Blah, 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 blah. If this card battles, your opponent cannot activate effects or cards until the end of the damage step. That's very important. 2, once per chain during damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, While it has a Utopia Xyz monster's material, detach 2 materials from this, and it goes up to 5,000 during the damage calculation only. The reason we go from Utopia to Prime to this is you have 2 materials, then you'll have 2 materials here, 3 materials here, 4 materials here, 2 of which are these, and it doesn't say that you have to rip the Utopia materials to do the effect. You just need a Utopia material underneath to get it. Gets us 2 shots of lightning. That's all that is. So like Sasuke and a double Chidori, okay? Moving on, another one that I thought was crazy. Honor Arc is not on this list yet. So we threw this one in the deck. 2 level 4s, detach 2 materials from this. Target a special summon monster the opponent controls in face-up attack position. Attach it to this card as material, effectively taking that card off the table, which is great. Use this effect only once per turn, and if this face-up card on the field will be destroyed by battle or card effect, detach material from it instead. So it's got a little bit of built-in durability after it goes ahead and sucks up one of the opponent's cards, which is good. Last one, just a little tech boy. Got me a little Tornado Dragon. Thought it'd be great. Again, helps us with the back row. We just want to pop off with one of our many routes to just overwhelming our opponent. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you like this one? What would you do differently? Which routes would you go? And, hey, maybe submit one of your decks, and if I have the cards, I will go ahead and show it off, okay? For the most part, though, thank you guys for stopping by. Love it. Love y'all for doing that. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. I hope that you guys have a wonderful beginning of your week. Great day. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. Later.